I'm Duriani.
And I'm Michelle, and this is
Two Lattes in America. In this first episode, we're gonna introduce ourselves and we're gonna talk a little bit about how we met each other. What about we start with you, Mitch? Tell us about you.
Okay. I'm Michelle de Alba. My nickname is Mitch or Michi. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Mexico. I have been an au pair about a year and a half, and I'm taking care of a handsome 3-year-old boy. My host mom is a special educational professor, and my host dad is an statistics professor, and they both do research at UNM. How about you?
Well, my name is Duriani Salamanca. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Colombia, and I've been an au pair for about 5 months. I just have a host mom. She is a single mom, and she's a resident doctor, and she's about to finish her residency. Also, I take care of a beautiful 4-year-old girl. And as we didn't say, we both live in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And
How about we start with how we met?
yeah, sure. So, you want to start or you want me to start?
You start.
Well-
We have different versions.
So well, we met each other at my first au pair meeting. I was here for 1 month, a little bit more, and I went to this au pair meeting like with expectative, like thinking about that I was going to make friends. But I think that I always have like a grumpy face, and it's like don't talk to me. But even if I don't want the people to talk to me, I don't know why I'm expecting that I just want to sit down on my chair and not doing anything, but I want the people to talk to me or making friends just like that. And but I don't know, people always want to talk to me, so I think that was what happened. And in that time I was talking with mostly the Colombian girls and other au pairs from other countries, and Michi was sitting down right in front of me, and she stared at me and she greeted at me and she said, hi, how are you? Like, what's your name? And then, where you from? And when I say, I asked her, where you from? She said, I'm from Mexico. Or, oh, I'm from Colombia. And we just started to speak in Spanish. So I remember that for me it was not that meaningful, and I was just sitting down and waiting, and then she came to me and she told me like, oh, can you give me a ride? And I was like, no. And I was like, but then I realized that it had been like really rude, and I said, no, listen, I can't give you a ride because my host mom drove me, so I don't have the car. I can't give you a ride even if I want. So that was what happened. And I remember that when I arrived home, my host mom asked me, how is that? And I was like, pretty normal. I didn't find any friends, so whatever. For me, the meeting was really, like normal, like flat. Anything had happened on my heart. But I think it was because in that moment I was having like a lot of feelings, like different feelings that maybe we're gonna talk about in a while. So what about you?
Well, on my side of the story, I haven't been on an au pair meeting for about 2 months, so I was kind of new. I didn't have friends at that time because my old friends went back to their home countries, and when I arrived there was a lot of Latin people, and that was shocking for me because when I arrived there was nobody who speaking Spanish, so I needed to force myself to speak in English. And I saw Duriani, and despite that she was grumpy from Snow White, I started to talk with her, and I asked her where she was living, and I told her that I was living near UNM, and she told me she was too, and I got excited because I had nobody that close to me. The nearest person, it was 20 minutes away in car, so I was really excited. And I remember I went to the bathroom and I told my host mom that I have met a new friend and that she was living close to me. She had one kid that it was around my host kid age. And I was just really thrilled and really excited. But when I came back to the bathroom, from the bathroom, I saw Giuliani was talking with somebody else, and I got like shocked. But I just started talking with another girls, and I asked Giuliani for a ride because my intention it was not really the ride, but it was to talk with her more, and she told me not. And I was a bit disappointed, but I asked to another friend if she can give me a ride, and she said yes. And we exchanged numbers. And I arrived home, and I was so excited. I started talking with my host parents, and with my host mom. She's the one who talks more with me. And I didn't text Giuliani at that moment because I didn't want it to be to look desperate.
And so I even test you back. I even test you, like, even if I had your phone number, I didn't test you either.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Yes, I was like, oh,
for her, I was just one number on the cell phone.
Yeah.
And I wait until Sunday morning because the meeting was on a Saturday, and I wait for Sunday morning to text her. And I was like, hey, how are you doing? And we started talking, and she really wanted to go out at night.
Yeah.
So I asked for the car, and around 9ish, 10? No, 9ish.
It was like 8 something, 8:30. Yes.
Okay, around 8. We decided, I picked her up, and we decided to go for a coffee. And she started telling me about her life. She has recently break up with her boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend?
Ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
What it was.
In that time, yeah.
And she just told me everything about it. And then she got hungry. So she was like, hey, are you hungry? And I was like, oh, what do you want? And she was like, fries. So I drive to the nearest McDonald's that was open, that has drive-through, and we just went there. And she told me, I'm going to ask for a large one so we can share. And I was like, yeah, sure. And she ate them all. But she was eating, and she was talking, and she was just like so sad.
Yeah. It was like a hard moment in that time. I was like having like big feelings in that time. So.
And suddenly she decided she needed to pee.
No, I didn't decide. I just really needed to pee. So right away. And there was no place to go. We went like 3 places, and we didn't find a place to pee, which is pretty normal here in Albuquerque, because Albuquerque is really, like quiet, and people go to sleep early. It's like, well, at least that close where we live, right? So I really needed to pee, and we didn't find any place. We went to a gas station. They didn't have bathroom. So we drove to like a restaurant. But it looked like it was open. Like, we can lie about it. It was, for us, it was open. There wasn't like an advice saying no, close, and we just joined in, and we opened the door, and they stopped us like, what are you doing here? Like, it's closed. And we were like, oh, I'm so sorry. I really need the bathroom. I really need to pee. And they say, okay, go ahead, but quick, because this is already closed. And it was like really funny because we just joined in it, and it's like, and I was like, I just needed to pee, but they were looking at us like, this girl, so what you doing? And because I think they thought that we were going to steal something or something like that, because it's not normal to do that, so, but it was not our fault.
Well, the door was unlocked. My belief, in my thinking, if you're going to close service, you close the door too.
Yeah.
Despite
Lock
that
the door.
It doesn't matter that you as a worker is going to be there. You close the door so everybody knows that it's closed. Otherwise, it's going to have to that what happened. That we come in and then they got upset, but they were nice and they let us to use the restroom. And then this waiter was behind us, ready to lock the door.
Yeah, he was like, go, just go. And that was it, right? It was like
Yeah.
a first time. Even if you were not going to be good friends, I had told her all
Her
my
life.
life, and then, well, something was going to happen. And the thing that was like, I felt really, comfortable because it was the first time that I speak with
Spanish.
somebody in Spanish, and I feel really close, and I felt that I could I could say like the things with my feelings, my real feelings. So that was what happened.
To finish this first episode of the podcast, we just want to encourage the girls that are already au pairs to go to the meetings. You never know who you're going to find there, if you're going to find a good friend or if you're just going to have a good time. Sometimes you didn't do anything, but sometimes you do.
And in my opinion, don't be that grumpy. Don't get locked down on yourself to say, no, I don't want to have friends, I don't want to meet anybody, because maybe you are losing the opportunity to meet somebody who's really cool like me too. Because we have been like in a good relationship, we had a great relationship, we do almost everything together, and it's really good to have a support. And guys, sometimes if you're feeling homesickness, if you're feeling like this is not for you, or you're feeling really sad, make some friends. This is the best that you can do here. So
Yeah, and I think somebody that's in your same condition, because that way you know that person is going to understand whatever you're coming through, and that's pretty good.
yeah, I think so. I think we agree. So that's it, guys. Go to the meetings, make friends, and feel comfortable, and enjoy, because this is about it.
Well, this has been everything for this episode. We hope you liked it, and see you in the next episode.
Two Latins in America is available in both video and audio format. If you like video, please subscribe to Two Latins in America YouTube channel. And if you prefer podcast, Two Latins in America is available on Spotify.